will first come to know about what is AWS, guys, on the whole. Okay, then we'll be going on to DevOps. Okay, right? And these two are two different things. Okay, so first let us discuss about what AWS is giving you. Okay, so the first question when you talk about AWS, guys, AWS is a cloud. Okay, we know that. Why we should use cloud? Why we have to go for cloud? Why companies are using cloud? Okay, for example, if I take the example of my company, which is Ladbrokes, right? So for why we are using AWS? Okay, the first reason behind that is the diagram, the picture you see over here, that is a picture of a data center, guys. In a data center, you will have hundreds of servers, hundreds of storages will be there, hard disk will be there, networking cables will be there like this. Okay, so much of stuff will be there. In that rack servers, you will have servers, right? So that is a server, rack server, right? So you have so many things to manage and maintain, right? Instead of maintaining and managing all the things, guys, purchasing servers, purchasing database, purchasing network cables, if I tell you to run your company website, okay, for example, we are having companies like, okay, Flipkart. For running your Flipkart application, you need servers. Okay, we need data center like this. Okay, or for running your HDFC banking website, for running your bank, also we need servers like this, right? So to run this banking website, we need servers. Okay, and if I tell you to run your bank or to run your ATM or to run anything, you don't need any server over here like this, guys. You don't need to purchase any server. HDFC no need to purchase any server. Okay, if you want to run Flipkart, don't purchase any server. Every server will be provided to you by AWS cloud. Hard disk will be provided by AWS. Server provided by AWS. Network provided by AWS. Everything will be provided by AWS to you. You don't need to run your setup like this. Okay, and maintaining and managing that setup is very costly, guys. Power bill only you will get around 5 to 6 lakhs. Huge power costing is there, right? All those things are removed now. We are not using servers like this. We are using servers in cloud. We are getting two major advantages with that. First advantage over here is costing, guys. The first advantage for us is costing. If you run these servers over here, as I told you, only power cost will get 5 to 6 lakhs. What about purchasing the servers? Every time you purchase a server, you have to pay the money. Every time you purchase a network cable, you have to pay the money. Every time you purchase hard disk, you have to pay, right? But over here in the cloud, I don't say that you should not pay over here. You have to pay over here also, but it is very, very less compared to managing this one. Okay, so companies can easily purchase anything on the cloud, guys. They are getting more profit. As a company, what you will think, you want more profit, right? So they are getting more profit if they are switching to cloud. If you are switching to cloud and if you are creating your servers in cloud, they are getting more profit. Lots of benefits are there for them. In terms of money, they are saving more, they are getting more profit. So first important factor for a company is getting more money, more saving, and they are achieving this, right? And the second important thing for a company is time, guys. Time. Time is very important for us also, right? Money and time, two very important things for us. If you are getting more money, obviously you will go for that procedure only, right? First thing. Second thing, time. In this setup, if you complete a project within 6 months, okay, for example, Flipkart is telling you to set up their website, okay, and to set up this whole website, it takes you 6 months, guys, normally. Okay, if you are working in this architecture, it will take 6 months to set up that website. But if you work in cloud, you will be creating that website in 3 months only. In 3 months, your project is done. Within 3 months, you can make your banking website ready, Flipkart ready, right? Or any other website ready. Within 3 months, you can complete your work. So in this setup, 6 months, in this cloud setup, you are completing in 3 months. So in a year, company can complete 4 projects. Instead of doing 2 projects in a year, they can complete 4 projects in a year. More benefit, right? So in terms of time, they are saving the time, and in terms of costing, they are saving the money also. So both the things are achieved over here. They are saving the money and they are saving the time with the help of cloud. This is possible if they are moving to cloud. And no headache of managing any servers by own, guys. You don't need to manage any servers by your own. You can manage your servers entirely from this dashboard, guys. Okay, I will show you this dashboard. This is our AWS dashboard. From this dashboard, you will manage your servers. Okay, now let me go to the diagram. Okay, and in our class today, so basically in our every class I'll be teaching a lot of things practically, guys. Okay, I don't want show you guys more presentations or these kind of slides like this. I don't believe in this. Okay, what I want you guys to know the actual things which are going on in real time. Okay, what is happening in a company, what is happening on the floor. Okay, what is happening in the real time, you should know that, right? So now we will be doing one thing practically over here. As I told you, server so many times, right? Okay, what is the server, we'll see now. Okay, so let us create one simple machine over here, guys. Okay, in our first day, when you were first job at first day, for example, you joined your company, this will be your first thing which you will do in your company, guys. Once you go to a project, this will be the first task which you will do in your project. You will create a simple machine. Let us assume that you are creating a laptop only, guys. You are using laptops in so many years, right? So right, you want to create a simple laptop on AWS. I'll create this machine. Okay, so what type of machine I want? Okay, let me give it in the diagram over here. Okay, so this machine I want over here, and I want a Windows machine because we are very much familiar with Windows, right? I want Windows machine over here. Windows server. This is your Windows laptop. Exactly same laptop I will create in AWS, guys. Same the laptop which you are using, same laptop I will create it on AWS. Okay, and without spending 1 rupee also I will create that laptop. I will not even spend 1 rupee also, and I will create that laptop for you. You have purchased the laptop for 20,000, 30,000 rupees, right? Minimum, I'm telling, minimum. With 0 rupees, I will create that laptop also. Okay, so let us see how we will be creating our first machine. Simple machine I'll create. Okay, so for creating a machine, first I'll create a Windows machine, a Windows laptop. Then in your laptop you will have RAM and hard disk, right? Okay, RAM and hard disk are very important for us, right? So we will be selecting RAM and hard disk. I will select Windows machine, and I will select how much RAM I want, how much hard disk I want. I will select this basic things. Okay, so for creating your machine on AWS, guys, you know how many steps are there? We are having 7 steps, guys. Using the 7 steps, you can create a machine on AWS. So these 7 steps are standard 7 steps for us. Okay, whatever machine you are creating, steps will not change. 7 steps, standard steps, not even 8, 7 only, right? So now let us see one by one what are these steps for us, guys. One by one we will see what is happening at each step, right? Now going to AWS. Okay, so tomorrow I'll show you how to create your AWS account also. Today see what we are doing. Okay, so for creating a machine, we have to click on launch instance, and once you click on launch instance over here, guys, if you see, okay, over here, how many steps are there, you will tell me over here now. Okay, right? Okay, so if you see on top of your screen, guys, we are having how many steps? 7 steps. Okay, I told you the same thing, we are having 7 steps over here. So one by one we will perform one step over here. Okay, so step number 1. Okay, my first step is step number 1. And what you have to do in step number 1, you know, you have to select your operating system. We have to select our operating system from step number 1. Okay, and what operating system I want for today's class? I want Windows, right? So I will select Windows over here. Now how to select Windows? If you scroll down slowly, you see Linux is there, Ubuntu is there, all these are operating systems only, right? I want to select Windows, so scroll down and select Windows from over here, guys. This is Windows operating system. Okay, so from step number 1 I will select Windows. Okay, so I'll click on select and this is done. Step number 1 is done. Okay, so I'll write the same thing in the diagram also over here. So normally whatever I do, I write the steps over here, guys, so that you can take down the steps. And anyhow, this is recording also, you will be getting the recording as well. So from step number 1, we have to select our operating system, nothing but OS. And what OS I am selecting? Windows is my operating system. I'm selecting Windows over here, guys, as my operating system, right? This is my step number 1. Okay, very good. Now going to step number 2. Okay, at step number 2, what we will do over here, let me write it over here. At step number 2, you will select your RAM size, guys. Okay, as I told you that we have to select RAM and hard disk also, right? So at step number 2, I will select RAM size. Okay, and how much RAM you can select over here? Okay, you can select it from 1 GB, which is the starting size. Okay, starting size of your RAM is 1 GB, and you can select up to 12,000 GB of RAM, guys. 12,000 GB is the maximum size. It is very, very huge actually. Normally in our laptops, we will take the RAM of about 2 GB, 4 GB, 8 GB, max to max you will take 16 or 32. 64 also will not be there. Max to max 16 GB will be there. Here how much you can take? 12,000 GB you can take. Not 64, not 32, 12,000. Not even hundreds, it is in thousands. Okay, and in our today's class, okay, so this is an interview question as well. Maximum how much you can take? It's nearly to 12,000. Okay, so in our class, in today's class, guys, this is our first class, right? So I will take RAM size of 1 GB, guys. 1 GB is enough for us for today's class. Okay, I will take the RAM size of 1 GB. If I want, I can take up to 12,000 also. I can take 50 GB also if I want, right? So now how to select your RAM size from step number 2? From step number 2, we have to select our RAM size. Okay, and where is the RAM size? The fourth column which you see over here, guys, this is the RAM size. Okay, you see 1 GB is there, then 2 GB is there, 4 GB, 8 GB, 16 GB, and if you scroll down, it will go on increasing, guys. It will keep on increasing. And what is the maximum you will get over here? Okay, 12,000 GB, guys, nearly. If you don't remember, 288 also is fine. 12,000 GB is the maximum size you will get. And then you have 9,000 GB, 6,000 GB, 4,000 GB, 3,000 GB. It's in thousands only. So AWS gives you this much bigger size of RAM, guys, if you want, right? So I don't want that much huge RAM. I'm happy with 1 GB over here. So I will select 1 GB. 1 GB is my RAM size. So from step number 2, I'm selecting RAM size, right? Very good. Now going to my next step, which is step number 3. So let me write it over here that what we are doing at step number 3. Okay, from step number 3, you will tell how many machines you want. Number of machines. Do you want one laptop, or do you want two laptops, or do you want four laptops? So where you will tell? At step number 3. At step number 3, you will tell number of machines you require or number of laptops. You have to tell how many laptops do you want. You want one laptop, or do you want four laptops? So you can select it over here. When you purchase laptop, you will tell him that how many you want, right? So here also AWS is asking you that how many laptops do you want. Okay, so how many you can take over here? You can purchase one laptop, and maximum you can purchase 900 laptops, guys, which means in single step, in one go, you can create 900 laptops. You can purchase 900 machines in once, in single go. So it is like purchasing 900 laptops at once only. So it's very huge, right? It's purchasing like 900 machines. Okay, so in my class, in today's class, I am creating one machine. So I will write one over there. Okay, so I will go back to my step number 3, and this is where it is asking you, guys, number of instances. means how many laptops do you want? Okay, so one is written over here, which means one laptop will get created. If you want two, write two. If you want four, write four. If you want eight, write eight. Okay, like this, maximum how much you can create? 900 guys. In single time you can create 900 machines. Very huge. Okay, so I will create one for today's class. So step number 3 is done. I have given number of instances, right? Now going to our next step, which is my step number 4. Okay, so let me write step number 4 over here. Okay, so step number 4 is also an important step. And step number 4, you will select your hard disk size. Your hard disk size. Okay, and let me tell you one thing very important and very clearly to you guys is RAM size is for step number 2, hard disk size is for step number 4. If you want to change your RAM size, you have to go to step number 2 only. You cannot change RAM size from step number 4. So each step is dedicated to one configuration. Step 2 for RAM only, step 1 for operating system only, step 4 for hard disk only. Okay, so like this you have to remember. Don't remember how much configuration I'm taking, because you can take 1 GB RAM, you can take 8 GB RAM, or you can take 10 GB RAM also. That is not a problem. But where to take the RAM from step number 2 only. Where to add the hard disk from step number 4 only. So remember that steps. Okay, configuration wise you can give any configuration. No problem in giving any number. Okay, but remember, if your manager tells you to change RAM size, where you will go? Step number 2. If he tells you to change hard disk size, where you will go? Step number 4. Okay, so remember the steps in that way, right? Now I'm adding my hard disk size. So minimum size for Windows machine, it will start from 30 GB minimum size. Okay, and maximum size you can take up to 16,000 GB for hard disk space. It will start from 30 GB for a Windows machine, and you can give maximum last size is 16,000 GB. That is the maximum size for us. Okay, so in today's class I will take around 50 GB guys. Okay, I will take a number anything in between 30 to 16,000. I will take 50 GB as my hard disk size. My hard disk size is 50 GB over here, right? Now, so going back to my step number 4. Okay, so step number 4 is for adding storage, nothing but adding my hard disk. Okay, and it will start from size 30 GB. So you can take 50 GB, you can take 100 GB also, if you can take 1000 GB also. Maximum how much you can take? 16,000 GB is the maximum size. Okay, so I will take 50 GB over here for today's class. I will take 50 GB. Okay, so in my upcoming classes I will increase RAM size and hard disk size also, right? Fine. Now let me click on next and let me go to step number 5 guys now. Okay, so at step number 5, what you have to do at step number 5 is you have to give a name to your machine guys. We have to give a name to our server. Okay, give a name to your server. You can give any name to your machine guys. You can give any name. You can give names as Rajesh as machine name, or Mohan as your machine name. You can give any name to your machine. Okay, so let me give a name to my machine as Windows. Okay, and let me tell you one more important thing. Total how many steps are there guys? Total 7 steps are there, right? And out of total 7 steps, fifth step, step number 5 is optional for us. Remaining all other steps are mandatory. You have to compulsory give all that configurations, but step number 5 is an optional step for us. Okay, so if you want to give a name to your machine, you give. If you don't want to give a name, don't give. Okay, this is an optional step. Only one optional step. If you want to give a name, you can give, or else you cannot give. But regarding hard disk size, RAM size, you have to compulsory give that. Okay, RAM and hard disk compulsory you have to give. Compulsory steps, mandatory steps. But step number 5, optional step for us. Okay, so go back to step number 5. And to give a name to your machine, I'll give a name tag over here. And the value I will say it's a Windows machine. Okay, or else you can give a name as Rajesh also, no problem. Or else you can give a name as Mohan also, no problem. You can give any name to your machine. Okay, and if you don't want to give a name, because sometimes what happens in real time is you are working in a company, manager will tell you to create the machine, create a server or create a laptop, right? And you will create the laptop, and you will not know that it will go to Flipkart project or it will go to HDFC project. It might go to any project. The server machine which you are creating, it might go to HDFC project or it might go to Flipkart project. You will decide it later. Today you will create and tomorrow you will decide to which project we should send this server. So in that case, that is the reason why step number 5 is optional. AWS has given this step as optional step because you can add a name to your server later on also. Next day also you can add a name. What I will do over here is I will also remove this name from over here and I will add a name once I have created the machine. Okay, after creating the machine, I will show you guys how to add the name. Okay, adding name is very easy anyhow, right? So now I will go to the next step, guys. Now, sixth step, which is step number 6, and it is also very, very important step for us, guys. Okay, so what we are doing at step number 6, let me tell you over here. Okay, so at step number 6, you have to provide security to your machines, guys. Security. We have to provide security to our machine. Okay, and how will you provide security? You know, whatever machines you create on AWS, guys, any machine, let it be Windows, Linux, or any machine you create on AWS, you will get one security guard along with this machine, guys. For one machine, one security guard will be there. Nothing but one security group. We call it as security group. You people understand it as security guard. So there is one security guard for our machine. Okay. Then what will happen? You know, when you try to log into this machine from your laptop. Okay. For example, you are having your laptop over here. Okay. So this is your laptop. Okay. And when you try to log into this machine from this laptop. Okay. So in this way, when you try to log into this machine, the security guard which is there over here, no, the security guard. Okay, over here we have a security guard, right? So the security guard, he will not allow anybody to come inside this machine, guys. He will stop you over here only. He will stop you over there only. He will not allow anybody to come inside that machine. He will always protect that machine. Okay, so same like our security guard only. If you have kept one security guard for your house, for example, there is one security guard who is protecting your house. He will allow anybody to come inside? No, right? He will not allow anybody to come inside your house. He will stop everybody there only. So then what you will do? You will tell your security guard that the person is your friend. Then he will allow him inside, right? So you have to tell your security guard. Over here also, I have to tell my security guard that this laptop connection which I'm entering inside is my friend laptop only. This is my friendly laptop only. This is a good connection. This is a known connection. So I will tell my security guard to please allow this laptop. Then only this security guard will allow me to go inside. And technically what you will tell over here, you have to tell your security guard to please allow RDP. Okay, RDP is the connection protocol, guys. And RDP is not a new protocol. You know from when we are using RDP? We are using RDP from the time we are using Windows. Every Windows machine you will have RDP. If you search for RDP in your laptop also, you will find RDP. Every Windows machine since 20 years we are using RDP. Whenever you will connect from one machine to one machine, you know, we use RDP only for Windows machines. Okay, so now I want to connect from my laptop to my machine. From this machine to this machine, I want to connect. So I should tell my security guard to please allow RDP. Then only he will allow inside, or else he will stop everybody outside only. because he's protecting my machine, right? So over here, if you see in the step number 6, okay, there is one security group, nothing but security guard. Okay, he's stopping everybody, and he will allow what over here? He will allow RDP, because this is a connection protocol. If I want to log in from my laptop, I have to enable RDP. So like this, if you want to enable some other connections also, for example, if you want to allow MySQL connection, allow MySQL. Like this, if you want to allow HTTP connection, for example, allow HTTP, like this. So whichever connection you will allow, unless and until you tell your security guard, he will not allow any connections. So you have to add your connections like this. Then only he will allow. Okay, so it's a very, very protected machine, guys. AWS will protect your machines. It is very secure machine. Okay, so right now I want RDP only. Okay, because from my laptop I'm connecting, right? So what I need RDP. And in which protocol it works? Port number 3389. Okay, assume your house is having 1,000 doors. So he will enter from door number 3389. So your friend will enter from 3389 only, door number. So RDP will go inside from door number 3389, fixed door. Okay, so my security guard will allow RDP now, right? Right now, going to the next step, which is our last step over here, guys. So this is my step number 7. Okay, so let me write it over here. The 7th step. Okay, and what is the 7th step? You know over here. Step number 7 is for review over here, guys. Okay, so what is the meaning of review? Review is nothing but rechecking. Review is nothing but rechecking again. So we have to recheck again. What we have to recheck? All the steps which you have given over here now, 7 steps, we have to recheck again. So before creating machine, AWS wants you to recheck all the steps. Then it will create the machine for us. Okay. So going back to AWS, now we are doing a review, nothing but rechecking, and I'm rechecking with step number 7. So let us recheck, guys. What is the operating system which we have selected? Windows, it is showing same. How much RAM we have selected? 1 GB, it is showing same. Who is my friendly connection? RDB, it is showing same. How much hard disk I am having? 50 GB, it is showing same. So when I rechecking, everything is correct, right? Everything is okay. Now I will click on launch and I will select my key. Okay, what is this key? I'll tell you later. So I'll select my key and I'll click on launch, and you will see that machine is getting created now. Okay, you can see that machine is getting created, and if you observe over here now, okay, machine is in pending state. Within few minutes, within 3 to 4 minutes, our machine will be ready over here. Okay, and if you guys observe one more thing, do you have any name to this machine? No, right? Name is blank. Name of this machine is blank over here. Now let me give a name. I told you I will add name later on, right? So I will add a name over here. Click on this edit and write a name as Mohan if you want to give the name as Mohan. And again you click on this pencil mark, change it to Rajesh if you want to change it to Rajesh. Okay, I want to call it as my Windows machine. I'll give a name as Windows. You can give any name. So that's why I said giving a name is very, very easy. Just you have to go over here, click on pencil mark, and you can change the name, right? So right now one Windows machine is getting created over here. We have to wait for initialization to complete. Initializing means it is getting ready now. Okay, Windows machine will take 3 to 4 minutes time, guys. Linux machine will get ready within 1 minute only. Okay, Windows will take 3 to 4 minutes time. So let us get it ready. Okay, meantime I will tell you one more important thing over here. Okay, so security also, let me write, we are allowing RDP. Okay, right, so total how many steps we have performed over here? 7 steps, right? Very good. Now let me tell you one more important thing also. So to log into this machine we need RDP. RDP selection is done. Our security guard will allow RDP now. Very good. Now, whenever you log into any machine, guys, even in your laptop also, whenever you want to log in, you need username and password, right? These two things are very important, right? So for this machine also, we need username and password. So what is the username? You know, administrator. Administrator is the username. A is capital over here. Okay, A capital. Administrator is the username. And what is the password? You know, password is encrypted over here, guys. Password is encrypted, or you can say password is hidden over here, right? AWS will not give you password easily. AWS will hide your password over here. Okay, so your password is always protected over here, guys. Your password is always protected over here. It is always a secure password. Okay, so it will not allow you to see the password openly. Right, so AWS will not allow you to see the password openly. Your password is always protected over here, guys. It's a secure password always. Okay, now so how to get the password, I will show you anyhow. Okay, so remember this point, we need username and password. Username is administrator with capital A, and password is hidden over here, guys. Okay, so how to get the hidden password? It is very easy only. Okay, I will show you how to get that. So to log into this machine, we need username and password, right? So now let me go back to my machine and let me check. Okay, it is ready or not now. Okay, so it is initializing. Let us wait for 1 more minute and our machine will be ready over here, guys. Okay, so within 1 minute more our machine will be ready. So once my machine is ready, I will log into my machine, guys. Okay, now you can see, guys, my machine is ready, right? Initialization has completed, which means my machine is ready over here. See, green mark has given. Now let us log into this machine, guys. Okay, let us connect to this machine. For connecting to this machine, if you see, there is a connect option over here on top of your screen. Okay, click on this connect option. It will show you the username, and username is administrator with capital A. That's what I told you. Okay, username is administrator with capital A. Then what about password? Okay, password is hidden over here. See, it is not showing you the password. It is always hidden over here. Now, how to get the password? So click on get password. One downloaded file will be there. We have to select this file and then you will see your password over here, guys. So once you
Sir, we are
select
not able to see the screen, sir.
not able to see the screen. Okay, 1 second. Let me reload.
Yeah, now it's okay, sir.
Now
Before
it's
only
okay. Yes.
PPT is there.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for telling that. Okay. Right. So now once okay, if you see there is a connect option over here, guys, okay, on top of our screen. So we have to click on this connect option and then you will see the username and password over here. So username is administrator with capital A, right? And password is hidden over here, right? Now to get the password, we have to click on get password. Okay, and there will be one downloaded file in our machine. So when you create the machine, one file will get downloaded in our machine. So my file name is Aditya. So now once you click on decrypt, it will show the password also. So this is a secure password. Just select the file, it will show the password. When you create the machine, file will get downloaded in your laptop only. Okay, now this is the username and this is the password. Let me copy the password. Okay, and I will log into this machine. Right now it is connecting to my machine. So username is administrator with capital A. Now let me paste my password and I'll click on continue, and you will see that I am connecting to my Windows machine which I have created on AWS, guys. Okay, so now we are connecting to our machine. So now you will see that how your machine looks like over here. You see the blue color screen is loading. This is your machine. This is your laptop, right? So let it load with all the icons over here. So slowly it is loading. So you can see, guys, the screen which you see over here, this is the laptop which you have created on AWS, guys. Okay, this is not my laptop. This is the laptop which you people have created on AWS, guys. Okay, so let us see the configuration of this machine now. Okay, this is the same laptop which you have created on AWS. Okay, so if I go to the configuration, you guys remember the configuration, right? Or else let me show you from over here also. Okay, so how much hard disk we have taken, guys, for this machine? 50 GB, right? If you go over here and if you check how much hard disk I have taken, 50 GB, and from over here on machine, if you check how much it is having, same 49.9 GB. 49.9 GB is the same 50 GB you got, right? And how much RAM we have selected? 1 GB, right? Our RAM size is 1 GB. So I'll show you the RAM size also over here. If I go to properties from this machine, okay, I will show you the RAM size as well. Okay, so now tell me one more thing, guys. I have created this machine. I got hard disk, I got RAM, I got all these things. Okay, in that 7 steps, did I paid 1 rupee also? Did I even pay 1 rupee also for creating this machine? And machine got created over here. Machine got created over here. We have logged into this machine. We are using it also. Okay, so this is a cloud machine. First of all, and don't think that cloud machine is something different. It is exactly same like your laptop only. You people can easily use cloud machines. So this is the first time if you are seeing your cloud machine is exactly same like your laptop only, guys. If you select Windows. Okay, so you can easily work on these cloud machines. You can take this machine as your personal laptop or use this machine as your office laptop. It's the same C drive, D drive, downloads folder, desktop folder, everything is same, right? Okay, and I've created this machine with 0 rupees. I did not even spend 1 rupee. For purchasing the laptop from Dell, Lenovo or HP, we have to spend how much? 15 to 20,000, right? I created this machine for 0 rupees. And not only this, from Dell, HP or Lenovo, if you purchase, you have to take separate internet connectivity. You have to connect it to Wi-Fi, right? But over here in this machine, internet is integrated with me for this machine, guys. I don't need to pay for separate for internet. It is also completely free for me. I will load one sample website over here, and if you see that internet page will also load over here, guys. We can use internet connectivity as well for this machine. I will not pay anything extra for internet connectivity also. And if I load one sample website over here, I have given yahoo.com, and if you see that yahoo.com is loading over here, we can see the page is opening, and if you observe closely, the Yahoo page which you are seeing over here, this is a US Yahoo page. This is a US Yahoo page. It's an American website. You are seeing US Yahoo America. This is showing you Yahoo America website. Why it is showing you Yahoo America website? Right now I'm in India only, right? I'm in India and you are showing a Yahoo US page, America page. You know why? Because this machine, this laptop which I have created, I created this laptop in US region. Right now, this laptop is in US region. If you see in which region I have created this laptop, you see from over here. Right now, this laptop is in North Virginia. I have created this laptop in US region. I created this laptop in US region. That is the reason you are getting the network from US only. If you create your machine in London, you will get the network from London only. If you create your machine in Australia, you will get your network from Australia only. In whichever region you want, you create it, guys. But how many steps you will have to perform? That 7 steps only. Whichever region you want, you can create. Whichever machine you want, you can create. But what are the steps for creating that? That's 7 steps only. That is the reason I told that those 7 steps are very, very important for us. Those 7 steps are only the standard steps. You can create your machines in London, US, UK, Australia, whichever part of the world you want, you can create. But how many steps you will use? The 7 steps only. Right? And using that 7 steps, you see that I have created this machine. Right? This dashboard, it looks very simple for you. It's a very simple dashboard, but it's a very powerful dashboard, guys. AWS is actually creating machines like laptops for you. You have actually created one laptop. And within how many minutes you have created these laptops? Within 10 minutes, your machine is ready. Within 10 minutes, you have created your laptop. And without spending anything, you can use the internet, you can use folders, you can use these drives, you can use all these things. In upcoming future, in next to 4 to 5 years, everybody will use cloud laptops only like this. This is more cheap, more less costly, more secure, okay, giving you all the benefits, right? And very, very less costly compared to your Dell or Lenovo or HP laptops. That is the reason why every company they want to create their machines on AWS. That is the reason they are not purchasing physical laptops. They are creating the machines on cloud. They are creating their servers on cloud. Okay, and if you think AWS is creating this machine, it's a very big thing for AWS. This is just a small part of AWS can do, guys. If you think that this is a big thing, very big thing, sir, it's creating very nice laptops for us within few minutes. This is just what AWS can do, guys. This is a small thing what AWS can do, not even 10% of that. You can run entire company on your AWS dashboard, guys. Entire company you can run, complete company. No need to purchase a single server also. Everything you can run on AWS. Your company, it might be as big as YouTube, it might be as big as Flipkart, okay, or it might be as big as, okay, HDFC banking. Everything you can run on AWS. Everything. It is that big in the cloud wise. It is that much secure. So that is the reason why AWS is trading in the market, because it is providing these things to you guys. It is providing these things to you. And as a cloud engineer and as a DevOps engineer, your job, your responsibility to create these machines. You will create these machines, right? So this is your job. This is your job as a DevOps engineer. This will be your first task in your company once you go to your project, right? So daily we'll be doing these kind of things. Daily I'll be showing you a live demonstration that how we are working in a real time. Okay, so in the next session, in the tomorrow session, I'll show you guys how to add one more drive to this machine. So already there is 50 GB is there, right? I will show you guys how to add one more drive to this, and without shutting down this machine, without restarting this machine, we have to do it, guys. In real time, when you add storage, without shutting down this machine, you have to do it. When in your laptop, when you attach hard disk, you will restart your laptop. But over here, you will not be restarting your laptop. You will never restart your laptop over here, right? So this is what AWS can do, guys. Okay, so this is what AWS gives you the capacity to create servers, to create database, to create networks. It can do a lot of things. That is what we'll be learning over going forward. Okay, right? So then we'll be discussing about the DevOps, okay, in our
Sir,
tomorrow session, right? Yes, yes, please. So if you are having any questions, guys, please ask your questions.
hello, sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir, if we want to create a laptop and
Okay, fine, guys. So now going forward, okay, we'll be creating our first machine, our first server on our AWS cloud, right? And then going forward to that, I'll be doing some real-time implementation on that server also. So what I'll be doing over here is first, okay, I'll be creating one machine, I'll be creating one server on my AWS cloud, guys. Okay, so this will be the first thing we'll be doing on your, okay, cloud side. So I'll be creating my Windows machine on AWS. Okay, right. So what I'll be doing over here is, guys, I'll be having my Windows machine over here. So this will be my Windows machine. Okay, as we have gone through the steps for creating our Windows machine, right? So we'll be using the same steps for creating the Windows machine. And once you have created the Windows machine, I'll be doing the next following steps on this machine. Okay, all right. So for creating the Windows machine on AWS, guys, okay, what are the steps which we have to perform over here? We have to first click on launch instance, and once you click on launch instance, guys, how many steps are there? 7 steps are there, right? We are having 7 steps. for creating any machine on AWS. Not only Windows, if you see Linux, Ubuntu, CentOS, Fedora, okay, all these operating systems can be created on AWS, right? Now, if you see from my step number 1, okay, this is my first step over here, step number 1. So what we have to select from step number 1? We have to select operating system. Okay, so it's like we are going through a recap over here because few members will be new to our session, right? So we'll be going with our first step, and first step is for selecting your operating system, right? Now these are the list of operating systems which are provided to me, right? And if you see the list, if you scroll down, you will find Windows over here, guys, right? So this is my Windows operating system. You have to select your Windows image, and we have to select our Windows operating system over here, because in today's class I'm creating Windows machine. In tomorrow's class, in tomorrow's session, I will select a Linux machine. Okay, so I will select a Windows machine over here, selected. Now I'm into which step now? I'm on step number 2 now. Okay, so step number 2, what we have to select from step number 2? We have to select our RAM size. Okay, we have to select our RAM size from step number 2. Okay, so how much RAM you can select over here? Starting from 1 GB RAM, you can select 2 GB, 4 GB, 8 GB, and if you scroll down, you will see the list will go on. Okay, 16 GB, 32 GB. So maximum how much RAM you can create over here, guys? Okay, you can create the maximum RAM size is 12,288 GB, guys. This is our maximum RAM size, which means for one machine, for one Windows machine, it's like for one Windows laptop, how much RAM you will get? 12,000 GB of RAM, guys, which is very, very huge, right? Normally in our normal laptops, we'll get about 8 GB, 16 max, right? Over here it is in thousands. You can get up to 12,000 GB of RAM if required. Okay, so AWS will provide you the RAM size. Okay, so I don't want that much huge RAM over here. I'm very much happy with 1 GB of RAM. For today's class, I'll be selecting 1 GB RAM over here, right? This is my RAM size from step number 2. Okay, now let me click on next, and let me go to step number 3 over here now. Okay, so at step number 3, what do you have to select over here? Number of instances, which means you have to choose how many machines do you want. You will be giving the quantity over here. Okay, so if you want one machine, we will write one over here. If you want two machines, you have to write two over here. If you want 10 machines, you will write 10. Maximum how many you can create? You can create up to 900 machines, guys. It's like purchasing 900 laptops in a single go. In a single go, you are purchasing 900 laptops. So it's a very huge number over here, right? So if you normally, if you write 2, what will happen over here? One more machine will get created over here like this. The same Windows machine one. Okay. So like this, more and more machines will get created. Fine. But for today's class, I will be creating one Windows machine. So I will write one over here. So then it will create one machine for me, right? It will create one Windows machine for us. Fine. Now going to our next step, which is step number 4, guys. And from step number 4, what we have to select from step number 4? Hard disk size, guys. Okay, the storage which you see over here, this is your hard disk, right? And for Windows machines, what is the starting size? 30 GB. 30 GB is the starting hard disk size for your Windows machines. So if you want, you can give up to 50 GB, or you can give 100 GB. Maximum how much you can give over here? 16,000 GB, guys. 16,000 GB is the maximum hard disk size which you can provide to your machine, which is very, very huge again. Okay, so in our class, I'll be going for 50 GB over here. So 50 GB will be fine for me in this case. So I'll be writing it as 50. So it will create 50 GB hard disk for me. Okay, Now, as I told you, okay, let me remind you again, whatever steps which you are performing over here, if you want to change your hard disk size, which step you will go? Step number 4. If you want to change your RAM size, which step we have to go? We have to go to step number 2. So each step is dedicated for one configuration over here, guys. If your manager tells you to change the hard disk size, you have to go to step number 4 only. You cannot do it from step number 2 because step number 2 is dedicated for RAM. Step number 4 dedicated for hard disk. Step number 1 dedicated for operating system. Okay, so each step is dedicated for one of the configurations over here. Okay, so step 4 for hard disk only, and it would be fixed for that particular configuration only. You cannot change RAM size in step number 4. Okay, so these are fixed step for us, and that is the advantage for us. Actually, you can simply remember that, okay, step number 4, hard disk. Okay, so fixed steps, it will not change, right? Now let me go to my next step, which is step number 5. And at step number 5, what we have to give? We have to give our name to our machines, guys. So you can give name tag, and I can call these machines as my Windows machine. Or if you want to give any other names, I can call my machine as Rajesh. I can give a name to my machine as Mohan. So you can give any name. You can give any name. Normally in real time, what we will do is you will give your project name, something as Flipkart or Snapdeal. Okay, if you know to which project you are creating the machine, you will give your project name. But if you doesn't know to which project it will go, okay, then you cannot give a name, right? So that is the reason in all these 7 steps, out of all your 7 steps, step number 5 is an optional step for us. If you know to which project it will go, you will give a name, or else don't give any name to your server. Okay, this is one only step which you have, which is an optional step, which means you can skip this step. Which means if you doesn't know to which project your machine will go, don't give that step. It might go to Flipkart project, it might go to HDFC project, it might go to ICICI project, right? It doesn't know to which project it will go, so don't give a name now. Once you know to which project it will be assigned, then you give the name. So when machine got created, when machine will be in running state, then you can add the name. We can change machine names at any time, right? Now let me click on next. And step number 6, we are going to our security group. Okay, so let me just remind you again, guys, that for every machine on AWS, every machine, guys, not only one single machine, on every machine which you create on AWS, you will have one security group for that, which is nothing but your security guard. So it is like your security guard. You remember it as your security guard, right? So when you log into this machine from your laptop in this way, okay, as I showed you earlier. So when you try to log into this machine from the laptop, okay, and from your laptop, when you try to log into this machine, what will happen over here? The security guard will not allow you to go inside that machine. The security guard will stop you over there only. That is a normal behavior of your security guard, right? For your house, when you keep a security guard, he will not allow anybody to come inside the house. Same thing happens over here as well. The security group which is there, it will not allow any machine to come inside over here, right? So in the same way, you have to tell your security guard over here, okay, that please allow this laptop. So technically, how you will tell this? You have to allow RDP over here, guys. This is the connection protocol. RDP stands for remote desktop connection. Okay, remote desktop protocol. So using RDP, you will connect from one machine to another machine. So this is not a new protocol, guys. This is the oldest protocol. Since 20 years, we are using RDP. Whenever you guys connect from one machine to another machine, how you will connect? With the help of RDP only, right? So over here, we are telling our security guard clearly that please allow RDP so that I can log into this machine. Okay, so if you go to step number 6, I'm telling the same thing over here. See, you have your security guard over here, nothing but security group, and you are telling him to please allow RDP. Okay, so what protocol I'm enabling over here? RDP, so that I can connect from one machine to another machine. Okay, so other protocols also, if you want, you can enable. You have HTTP, you have HTTPS, you have database protocols, MySQL connections. You can enable if you want. Okay, so over here I'm enabling RDP, which is enough. So now let me click on next, and I will go to step number 7 over here. This is my last step. 7 steps, fixed steps, and these 7 steps are standard for us. Okay, and at step number 7, what we are doing, guys, we are doing a review over here. What is the meaning of review? Nothing but rechecking. Okay, so what I am rechecking over here, I am rechecking my configuration. So what is the operating system that we have selected? Windows. How much RAM size we are getting with this? 1 GB. What is the security guard protocol over here? RDP. And how much hard disk I am getting? 50 GB. So whatever configuration I have selected, it is showing me the same configuration. Right? So when I rechecked it, it's the same configuration which I am getting. Right? So now I will click on launch, and I will create a machine over here now. So once I click on launch over here, you will see that machine is getting created now. The Windows machine which you have got, right? Now this machine is getting created over here. So you can see right now it is in pending state. Within 3 to 4 minutes, your machine will be ready. Within 3 to 4 minutes, your Windows machine will be ready. Linux machines, within 2 minutes, it will get ready. Okay, Linux machines takes lesser time compared to Windows machines. So this is our Windows machine, right? So we have to complete the initialization. Meaning of initialization means it is getting ready now, right? Very good. So if you guys remember, did I give any name to this machine? No, right? I did not give any name to this machine. At step number 5, it was optional step for me, right? I did not give any name. Now let me give a name to this machine. How to give a name? Click on this mark and you can give a name to this machine as Rajesh machine. Or if you want to edit the name, again click on this mark, give a name as Mohan machine. Or else click on this pencil mark, again they give name as Flipkart machine. If it belongs to Flipkart project. If it belongs to Flipkart project, I'll give the name as Flipkart machine, right? And if it is a simple Windows machine, I'll call this machine as Windows machine. So you can give any name to your machine, guys. And that too, my machine is in running state now. In running state, I'm giving a name to my machine, right? Very good. Now we have to wait for initialization to complete. It will take more 2 minutes to complete the initialization. Meantime, let me tell you one more important thing over here. So how much RAM and hard disk I have created with this machine, guys? Okay, RAM size is 1 GB, and what is my hard disk size? 50 GB. Okay, so when I log into this machine, I will check this configuration. So when I log into this machine, I will check how much hard disk I got and how much RAM I got for this machine. I will check both these things. Okay. Now, so when I want to log into this machine, not only to this machine, guys, for any machine, if you want to log in, you need two things over here, guys. One is username and the other is password. So you need username and password. If you want to log into any machine, you need this. Okay, even for this Windows machine also you need username and password. So what is username over here? Username is administrator, guys. A capital. Okay, remaining all letters will be small. A will be in uppercase. A will be capital. Okay, and what about password? Password will be hidden over here, right? It will not show you the password easily. Password will be hidden, right? And password will be inside my laptop only actually. So I'll show you how to see the password also, right? So we will be logging in our Windows machine using this username and password, guys. Okay, with the help of this username and password, I can log into this Windows machine which I have created. Okay, and this Windows machine, you can say it is a cloud machine. Okay, it would be similar to your laptop only. Okay, so if I go back to AWS, let me check this machine is ready or not. Okay, it will take 1 more minute for it to get ready over here. Okay, so now you can see guys that my Windows machine is ready over here. It is all the status checks are done. Now let us log into our Windows machine guys. Right, now if you want to log into your Windows machine, there is a connect option on top of your screen. Right, so click on this connect button and you will see your username and password over here. See, what is the username? Username is administrator with capital A. Then what about password? Password is hidden, right? So AWS will not show you the password easily. It will be hiding the password for you for security reasons. Okay, so you will have the password in your machine only. So click on get password and choose the file. It will be in your machine downloads only, guys. So when you create your machine from your laptop, your password will be inside your machine downloads only. Okay, so when you click on decrypt, it will show you the password like this. So this is my username and this is my password. It's a protected password only. Copy your password. Okay, now let us connect to this machine. So now let me ask me username and password. So username is administrator with capital A. Now let me give the password. I have given the password. Now click on continue
Hello,
and you will see that you will
sir.
be connected to your Windows machine.
Hello,
Okay, so now we will be connecting to our Windows machine.
hello, sir.
Hello,
Hello,
yes, guys?
sir. Now you connected to RDP, no, sir?
Yes, yes, yes.
How did you connect it, sir? Using IP address?
No, no, no. If you see over here, okay, in my screen, at the bottom, I got one connection file over here. See, downloaded over here, right? Okay. So once you click on connect, you see this download option, right? Okay. So
Mm,
this is our connection file. This
okay.
is our connection file.
Yeah.
When you click on this connection file, it will ask you the username and password. Okay. So once you enter username and password, your machine will open. Okay. So you
Sir,
have to download.
yesterday I tried to connect, sir, but it
Okay.
asking for IP address. I mean, when I opened the RDP, it was not able to connect with that IP hub. It is one PC IP address, no, sir. That's
See, I will follow the same steps again now. Okay. See it carefully. Okay. See, I'll follow the same steps now. Okay. You click on connect, click on download your connection file. See, it got downloaded over here, right? Okay. Click on your connection file. It will ask you the username and password. It will not ask you any IP address. It will not ask you any IP address over here, guys. Okay. Click on connection file. It will ask you the username and password. Okay, not only this machine, any machine it will ask username and password. So username is administrator with capital A. I have pasted my password. Now click on continue, it will connect. That's it. Okay, only one step. Give username and password. Click on that downloaded file. It will ask username and password. Enter the username and password. That's it. IP address it will not ask anywhere. Okay, and still if you are getting any errors, okay, do contact me. Okay, or give me a call or give me the ping in the WhatsApp chat or give me the screenshot, guys. Okay, I will help you, no problem. Okay, so that is one of the reasons why I tell you guys to get added to our WhatsApp group so that you will be connected with me. Okay, anywhere, whenever you are doing any practice, whenever you are doing any one of the steps, if that is not loading or if you are missing some steps, when you share the screenshot, no, I will immediately I'll tell you the solution. Okay, so this is the step which you are missing, then it will be overwritten, then you can get the output also. Right, fine, very good. Okay, so now you can see, guys, this blue screen which you see over here, right, this is your Windows machine. This is the machine which you people have created. right? And how many steps I performed for creating this machine? 7 steps. Now let us check the configuration of this machine. I will open this machine folder over here, and if you go to this PC, what is the hard disk size I got, guys? 49.9 GB, which means it is same 50 GB which I have selected. This is the same size which I have selected, and I got the same machine over here. As I told you earlier also, if you purchase the same machine from Dell, Lenovo or HP, it will cost you at least 15 to 20,000, right? I got this machine for 0 rupees. I did not pay a single rupee also at any point. In that 7 steps, did I paid any money? No, right? This is a machine provided to me by Amazon, right? And no separate charges for internet connectivity. In your laptops, you are taking some Wi-Fi connections, right? Over here, internet will be integrated with this machine. No separate charges for internet connectivity. And if I open a sample page over here, okay, let me go to a sample page, something as, okay, yahoo.com, and you will see that the page should load for me over here because internet is integrated with this machine, so no separate charges for me with that. Okay, and you can see that this is the page which we are able to see over here, which means internet connectivity is loaded over here, guys. Okay, it is integrated, and the page which you see over here, this is a US Yahoo page, guys. This is not a India Yahoo page. This is a US Yahoo page. Why we are seeing a US Yahoo page? Because we have created our machine in US region. I have created this machine in North Virginia. That is the reason you are getting the network connectivity from US region only. From North Virginia, you are getting the network connectivity. If you create it in Africa, you will get the network of Africa. You will create it in Singapore, you will get the network from Singapore. Sydney, Australia, London, the list will go on like this. In whichever country you are creating the server, how many steps you have to perform? The same 7 steps we have to perform, guys. The same 7 steps which I did over here, the same 7 steps you have to perform. That's why I said the dashboard looks very simple, neat and clean, but it's a very powerful dashboard. You are actually creating your machines, you are actually creating your servers, you are creating your laptops in your AWS cloud over here, guys. So that is the reason we are using this, right? I don't want to purchase laptops from Lenovo, Dell or HP. This is the more easiest way of creating my laptops, more secure, more stable, and within 10 minutes I can create it in any part of the world. Steps are same. I'll follow the same steps, same login method, and I will connect. Right? Very good. So everything is fine up till here. You have successfully created the machine. I agree with this, right? Now what your manager is telling you, okay? What is the size you got over here for this machine, guys? 50 GB, right? What is the C drive size? 50 GB. I got 50 GB as a C drive, right? Now your manager is telling you to add one more D drive to the same machine which you have created. Your manager is telling you to add one more D drive. C drive is already there. Why he is telling you to add one more drive? Because 50 GB which you have taken over here, right? That 50 GB will not be enough. Okay, normally when you use your laptops, in 6 months to 1 year, your laptop storage will get filled up, right? You will save your images, videos, files, personal files, office files. This is a machine which you are running for your project. In real time, your storage will get filled up even more faster because it will generate lot of files. Okay, and your storage will get consumed a bit faster in real time. So then what you will do, you will add one more storage to this machine. You will add one more drive to this machine. In your laptop also you will do the same thing. You will add extra hard drives. So here also what I will do, I will attach one more extra drive, right? But when you are attaching the extra drive to this machine, you should not restart this machine. That is the condition. Okay, you should not restart this machine. Normally when you attach hard drives to your laptop, you will do a restart. Okay, on this machine you should not do a restart. That is a real-time rule, no downtime. You have to run it with zero downtime. So any changes which you are doing on this machine, no shutdown or no restart. Okay, so going back to this machine, I already have one C drive to this machine, right? So let me give you in this diagram like this. So there is already one C drive to this machine. Okay, and the C drive size is 50 GB. Okay, which is already attached to this machine, right? Very good. Now what you have to do, you have to attach one more drive to this machine, and I will call this drive as a D drive. Okay, this is a D drive, and how much size I want? Let me assume I want 5 GB, for example. You can take 50 GB, you can take 100 GB, you can take up to 16,000 GB also you can take, right? Let us take 5 GB over here, right? Now for attaching this 5 GB volume, first of all, you have to create this 5 GB drive. First of all, we have to create that storage. Okay, so when you create the storage, then you can attach to your machine, right? So how to create your storage on AWS? So we have to follow the steps now. Okay, and go to your AWS account, and from left side of your screen you will find volumes over there, guys. Volumes. Okay, so volume over here is nothing but your hard disk. If you want to attach hard disk, we have to go to volumes over here. So click on volume. Okay, you will see that 50 GB is there. Okay, 50 GB volume is there, right? So this 50 GB is your default volume, guys. Okay, the 50 GB volume which you see over here, this is our default volume, C drive. Okay, you can call it as C drive. Let me call it as C drive. Easy to understand, right? So 50 GB is already there. I want to attach more 5 GB, right? Now how to create the volume? There is an option given over here called as create volume, which means it will create the storage, which means it will create the hard disk for you, right? So click on create volume. Okay, and once you click on create volume over here, it will show you the size. So this size is very important over here for us. Okay, if you want 5 GB, write 5 GB. If you want 500 GB, write 500 GB. Maximum how much you can create? You can create up to 16,000 GB, right? So I don't want that much huge size over here. I want 5 GB volume, so I'll write 5 GB over here, right? Now I will click on create. So 5 GB volume got created over here. I will call this as D drive. 5 GB volume you have created successfully. Successfully you have created 5 GB volume, right? Now the next step what you have to do is, once you have created this 5 GB drive, right? Now you have to attach this 5 GB drive to your machine. After creating, we have to attach, right? Normal procedure. When you purchase a pen drive, after purchasing a pen drive, you will attach it to your machine, right? Then only you can use it. So over here also, when I have created 5 GB volume, I have to attach it to my machine. Then only I can use it, right? Now for attaching this volume to this machine, we have to go for attaching option. We have to attach it to this machine. Okay, so now if I go back to my AWS, if you see the 5 GB volume drive which you have created, if you check the attachment information, it is blank, which means you did not attach it to any machine as of now. As of now, you did not attach it to any machine. So let me attach it to machine. How? Go to actions, and there is an attach volume option over here. Click on attach volume and select your Windows machine over here. So click on Windows, so it will get attached to your Windows machine. Now click on attach. You will see in attachment information, it is getting attached now. Now you can see in the attachment information, it is getting attached. This is how you have to attach your volume. Okay, so if you refresh and check, it got attached to your Windows machine over here. See attachment information, it got attached to your Windows machine. So you have successfully created the volume and you have attached the volume also to this machine, right? Now if you see in the diagram, you did the same thing. We have created the drive and we have attached the drive, right? And now if I go back to my machine over here, okay, you have created the drive, you have attached the drive to your machine, but do you see any D drive over here? No, right? But you have attached it from AWS, but you can't see it from your machine. This is a normal behavior. Why you can't see over here, you know? Because you have to format the volume. It is not showing you any D drive over here because after attaching, you should do a format. If you don't format your drive, it will not show you over here. So how to format your volume in this machine? So in this machine, you click on Windows icon over here, Windows button, then it will open you the options over here. Okay. So in this machine, inside this machine, we have to go to server manager. Okay. So when you click on your Windows button, you have your server manager over here. Click on server manager, and from server manager, we have to do the format of this drive. Okay, now server manager is opening over here, so let it get loaded. Okay, so it is loading now. Okay, so server manager is loading now over here. So from server manager, we have to format the drive page. Okay, so once you format the drive, then it will show you the D drive over here. Right now it is not showing any D drive, right? So after format, it will show us. Okay, so let it get loaded over here. Okay, so it got loaded over here, guys. If you see on the left side of your screen, we have files and storages over here, right? So click on these files and storages and then click on disk over here. You will see both the drives over here, guys. Okay, if you observe over here, now you have one 50 GB volume, 50 GB C drive, which is already there attached to this machine, right? You see 50 GB from over here. You can see 50 GB from over here also. But the 5 GB which you have attached, right? You can't see that 5 GB over here, right? Okay, because we have to format this drive. And how to format this drive? Now we have to follow these steps. First, give a right click over here on this 5 GB drive. Okay, so from offline mode, we have to bring it to online mode now, guys. Okay, so I'll give a right click over here and let us bring it to online mode first. Okay, so first I will bring it to online mode over here, and once you bring it to online mode, and then okay, we have to give a right click again, and then you have to start formatting this drive, guys. Okay, and to format this drive, we have to click on new volume and tell this machine that this is a new volume which you are attaching, and now our formatting steps will come over here. So click on next. So what is the size of my volume? 5 GB, and then click on next. So out of 5 GB, how much you will get? You know, you will get 4.97. So you will not get the complete size. If you purchase pen drive also, 8 GB pen drive will give you 7 point change. 16 GB pen drive will give you 15 point change. Over here also 5 GB drive is giving me 4.97, right? Now I'll click on next, and I'm calling it as a D drive over here, guys. You can give any name. You have E drive, F drive, G drive, H drive, right? You can give any name, guys. So I'm calling it as a D drive. Now again I'll click on next, and in which format I'm formatting it is NTFS format. Okay, NTFS is my file format in which I'm formatting this drive. Okay, now I'll click on next. Okay, this is a review over here. 5 GB is my drive size. I'm getting 4.97. I'm calling it as a D drive, and in which format I'm formatting it? NTFS format, right? Now if you click on create, you will see that within a minute it will complete the format. It will not take a lot of time over here. It will be very fast, because first of all it is a cloud machine. Okay, and you are using a SSD drive, it will complete the formatting very fast over here, guys. You can see that it has completed the formatting also. Within 1 minute, formatting will complete. Right? Now, if you go back and if you check on this machine, okay, if you go back and if you check on this machine, now you have your D drive also. Now you can see your D drive as well. We have successfully attached D drive also over here. So in the whole process, did I restarted this machine? No, right? You should never restart your machine, guys. In real time, you should never restart your machine. And I did not restarted this machine. When I attached this D drive over here, I did not restarted this machine. And I have attached this D drive successfully also over here. And now you can go inside this D drive, okay? You can create your folders, you can create your files, okay? Let me give a name as Mohan to this folder, and let me create one more folder called as Rajesh. You can create anything inside this drive, okay? So you can use this drive as your personal drive or your office related drive, whichever means ways you want, you can use this drive. Now this is the extra storage which you have attached to this machine. Use it in whichever way you want over here. No worries. You have successfully attached it and now you are using it. Right? And in real time, in your project, when you are doing this thing, is to follow the same steps over here, guys. Because this is the procedure, this is a method. Using this procedure only, you will be attaching extra drives to your machine. Okay, so using the same method, you will be attaching your extra drives in real time also, guys. No different steps. These are the same steps which you have to do. Okay, so follow the same steps, go through the recording again, and try to attach your extra drives to your Windows machines, guys. One of the regular operation which you will do as a DevOps engineer. Yes. N number of drives you can create, no problem. Okay, first thing. And second thing, most of you will ask me a question, sir, how a DevOps guy works or how a cloud engineer works. So this is what a DevOps engineer does, guys. This is your DevOps engineer task. As a cloud engineer, this is your work. So this is your nature of work. Okay, so programming is not involved over here. This is what you have to do as a DevOps engineer. This is what you have to do as a cloud engineer. So this is a repeated task. The more number of times you do this task, the more perfection you will get on this, right? Again, if your manager tells you to add one more drive, you will follow the same steps. Again, he will tell you to add one more drive, you will follow the same steps, right? So steps will not change. AWS procedures will not change. In whichever region you are working, AWS steps will be standard over here, guys, for us. Okay, and this will be the task which will be performing over here as your cloud engineer or as a DevOps engineer over here. Okay, so these are the things which we have to perform, and in real time do follow the same thing, okay, to complete your task, right? And you can see that we have successfully attached and using this drive over here also, right? So any questions, guys, until this point? Okay, so anyhow, when you people are practicing and when you people are trying to do this thing in your accounts, right? So if you are getting any doubts or you are getting stuck at any point, anyhow you have the numbers, right? So do contact, okay, and I'll be giving you the solution, guys. Okay, so don't stop at that point. Once you bypass that point, once you bypass that issue or error, then again you will be easily bypassing. Okay, so we'll be going forward in the same way, and in tomorrow's class we will be first time we'll be creating our Linux machine, guys. I'll show you guys how to create a Linux machine, and those who doesn't know anything about Linux, come with a free mind over here, guys. Okay, because we will be starting Linux from the very first step. We'll be starting Linux from the scratch. If you don't know anything about Linux, happily you can come and attend, because I'll be starting from step 1 of Linux. Okay, everything will be starting from scratch over here. Okay, so I'll be showing you guys how to create your Linux machines, what are the commands which we have to perform on Linux machines, and end of our sessions, once we complete our training anyhow, you will be telling me that working in Linux is more easier than compared to working in Windows. The same task which I did in Windows, attaching extra drive, I will do it on Linux also, and you will feel much more easier on Linux actually. It will be more fast compared to Windows machines. Okay, so we'll be working more and more on Linux machines, guys, because the more you work on Linux machines, the more you'll getting more flexibility, guys. Because Windows is anyhow, it's very easier for us to do the things on Windows. We are very much used to it. In Linux, it is way more easier. Okay, and in real time, you have more and more Linux servers, Linux machines. Okay, so we'll be working more on Linux over here, right? Because I want you to get the feel of the same real-time environment, how you are working with the things, okay? How you have your environment set up, will be having the same kind of environment set up over here. Okay, so this task which I did today, in a week, you will be doing this task at 3 or 4 times as a cloud engineer. Okay, so there will be a lot of requirement for you to add more drives. Okay, there will be different machines which you have to attach drives, so you will be performing the same operation over there. Okay, so try to do it on your accounts. Okay, then going forward we'll be going to a Linux machine, guys, tomorrow. Okay, so I hope, okay, this will be fine. So let me just save the share for our today's class, and let me save the recording as well over here, right? And then we'll be meeting tomorrow again at the same time, guys. Starting from our Linux step 1, we'll be working onto our Linux machines, and then we'll be connecting tomorrow at the same time with same link,
Sir.
guys.
Hello, sir.
Okay, yes, yes, please ask the questions.
So can you tell me the course content, sir?
Okay, yeah, you will be getting the course content. Okay, so we will be giving the course content to you all, and for recordings and for any course content you need. Okay, so we'll be adding you up over
Actually,
here, and yeah, yeah, you have
actually,
the number. Yes,
I
yes,
got
yes.
the course content, sir. But which procedure you are following? That means you are go first. You are telling about AWS, or you are starting the DevOps. Or I'm not understanding. And which procedure you are following?
Okay, yes, yes. So it's a very good question actually. Okay, so it's asking that in what way we'll be going ahead in our course. So see guys, first we'll be completing AWS, and then we'll be going to DevOps. Okay, so if you understand AWS end to end, if you understand AWS well, then we will be going to our next stage, more advanced stage, where we'll be dealing with our DevOps tools. Okay, so first AWS, and then we'll be going to DevOps.
So how many days it will be for AWS and the next DevOps?
Okay, so for AWS, it will take us around 20 days, and for DevOps, it will take us around 25 days. So altogether, we are having 45 days. I'll tell an average of about 45 to 50 days we'll be completing our systems.
Sir, in DevOps, how many tools you are going to explain?
Yes.
Okay, in DevOps, I'll be telling you one of the very important tools actually. So you add these tools in your CV or resume also, you will see that you will
Okay.
get a lot of calls. So
Hello, sir.
the tools which we'll be discussing are Terraform. Terraform is having a lot of weightage in the market, guys. Okay, you
Okay.
might be seeing that many course contents might not be having Terraform, but Terraform is very, very important for us. In real time, there is a huge requirement for Terraform. Okay, so we will be discussing Terraform. Practically, we'll be doing the Terraform sets over here practically. Okay, and then we'll be going for Kubernetes, which I hope you already know that has a huge requirement, and then Docker, and then we have Bitbucket, then we have Chef, we have Ansible, we have Git, SonarQube, Maven, JFrog. These are the important tools that we will be discussing.
Jenkins, sir?
Yes, Jenkins is already there. Okay, Jenkins will be using for CI/CD.
Okay. Sir, according to the course content, they given you will start with IAM and all those, but first you started telling EC2.
Yes, it will be from EC2 only.
Okay.
Okay, I'll tell you the flow. It will be from EC2, then we will go to S3, then we will go to IAM, and then we will be going to our VPC creations, then CloudWatch, right?
Okay.
So in these services, we'll be following in this way.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, fine, guys. And okay, so tomorrow we'll be going towards our Linux machine creation, guys. Okay, we'll be creating our Linux instances, and then we'll be going for our Linux machine setups. Okay, so I'll be telling you the same way how we are setting up our Linux machines in real time, guys. So you will be following the same steps for creating your Linux machines in your real time sets. Okay, so do follow the same thing for your Linux machine creations as well, guys, for
Hello.
tomorrow's session.
Hello, sir.
Okay, so let
Hello.
us connect tomorrow again,
Hello,
guys.
sir.
So okay, so I hope it's clear then, right? So then do take care everyone, and thank you guys for your time. Okay, we'll be connecting tomorrow, guys, then. Okay, so have a great day. Take care, guys. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so let's start, guys. So in our today's class, guys, for the first time we will be creating our Linux machine, guys. In previous two classes we have created Windows machine, and today's class I'll be creating a Linux machine for the first time on our AWS cloud over here, guys. Okay, so let me write it over here. The very first thing that we'll be creating our first Linux machine over here, guys. Okay, so creating a Linux machine on AWS. Okay, right, and this will be the first task that we will be doing for today's part. Okay, so creating a Linux machine on our AWS cloud, guys. Okay, so earlier we have created Windows. Okay, and today we'll be creating Linux, right? So what I'll do over here is I will be having my Linux machine over here. So I'll be creating a Linux machine like this, guys. So for previously creating for Windows machine, you have selected your RAM and hard disk, right? For creating your Windows machine. So in the same way, when you are creating a Linux machine, for Linux machine also, we have to select the RAM size, we have to select the hard disk size. Okay, so we have to give these sizes over here. So I'll be giving my RAM size and hard disk size. So RAM size for my Windows machine, if you guys remember, I have given what is the size? 1 GB for my RAM size, and for hard disk size, for Windows machine, you have given 30 GB for Windows machine, right? But for Linux machines, starting size is 8 GB over here. Okay, 8 GB is the starting size for your Linux machines. Let me give 10 GB for today's class, guys. Okay, so I'll give 10 GB as my hard disk size for today's class, and 1 GB will be my RAM size. Okay, so you guys already know the 7 steps which we are following, and using that 7 steps I will be creating my machine over here, guys. Okay, so now going forward to my AWS dashboard. For creating any machine, guys, where we have to click, we have to click on launch instance. So I will click on launch instance over here, and once you click on launch instance, okay, if you see how many steps are there. Okay, so how many steps are there, guys? If you see over here on your screen, we are having 7 steps. These 7 steps are very, very important for us, guys. If you want to create any machine on AWS, Linux machine, Windows machine, Ubuntu machine, CentOS, Fedora, list of operating systems are there. Okay, if you want to create any machine on AWS, we have to follow these 7 steps. Okay, so today I am creating a Linux machine, and follow these steps for creating a Linux machine, right? So step number one, first step, what we have to do, we have to select our operating system. Step number one, we have to select our operating system. And in today's class, what operating system I am selecting? Linux over here, guys. Today's class I am selecting Linux operating system. So if you scroll down, you will see Mac OS is also there, Red Hat Linux is also there, okay, SUSE is there, Ubuntu is there, and if you scroll down, you will find Windows also over here. Okay, so previous classes we have created Windows only. Today I will create Linux machine, guys, because in real time we have to work more and more on Linux machines only, right? So let me select Linux from over here, right? So my step number one, operating system, I selected Linux, right? Now going to your second step, step number two, okay? So from step number two, what you have to select? You have to select your RAM size. We have to select our RAM size. So if you people are observing one thing or not, for creating Windows machine also I did the same 7 steps only, right? And for creating Linux also I am performing the same 7 steps only. So AWS gives you standard steps over here, guys. So whatever machine you are creating, we are having standard steps. That is advantage for us. And in whichever country you are creating the machine, you are having standard steps only. So I am creating this in US region. So you might create it in Africa region or North California or Canada or Singapore or Australia or London, whichever country you want, you can create. But how many steps are there? Same 7 steps. So remember these 7 steps, guys. These are very, very important, right? Now from step number two, I will select my RAM size, and in today's class, I'm selecting 1 GB as my RAM size. Okay, maximum how much you can select? You can select up to 12,000 GB of RAM, guys, which is very, very huge. 12,000 GB of RAM is very, very huge, guys. Okay, so I don't want 12,000 GB. I'm happy with 1 GB over here. Okay, so I will select 1 GB as my RAM size over here. This is my 1 GB RAM size. Right? Done. Now let me click on next step. I will go to step number 3 and I will select how many number of machines I want. How many Linux machines I want. Do you want one Linux machine, or if you want two Linux machines, you can create two machines also over here. Then what will happen? One more machine will get created over here like this. Then two Linux machines will get created. If you want, you can create 3 also, 4 also, you can create 10 also. Maximum, what is the number? 900. At a time you can create 900 machines. That is a maximum size. Okay, so it's like purchasing 900 laptops, guys. At a time it is like purchasing 900 laptops. Okay, so I don't want that many laptops also over here. Okay, so I will remove this machine and let me give over here that how many machines I want. One machine. So if you can give 2, you can give 4, you can give up to 900 is the maximum size. Okay, so let me write 1 over here. I want one machine. Okay, now clicking on your next step, which is step number 4, and at step number 4, what we have to do, guys? We have to add hard disk. Okay, so step number 4 is for hard disk. And what is the starting size for Linux machine? 8 GB. 8 GB is the starting size for Linux machine. 30 GB is the starting size for Windows machine. Okay, and what is the maximum size? 16,000 GB is the maximum size. You can create up to 16,000 GB. Okay, so I don't want 16,000 GB. Today's class I will take 10 GB. So 10 GB is enough for me. I will select 10 GB over here. Okay, so I'm going with 10 GB over here, and 10 GB is fine for me over here. Right? Very good. So now going back, I have selected my hard disk. Hard disk size is 10 GB. Very good. Now let me click on next, and I will go to step number 5 over here, guys. Okay. And step number 5 is where you have to give a name to your server, right? Giving a name to your server, and it is an optional step only. Okay, so how to give a name? You have to click on add, and you can write name over here, and you can give a name as Rajesh. Okay, if this is a Rajesh machine, you can give a name as Mohan. If it is a Mohan machine, or you can give a name as Linux also. If it is a Linux machine, you can give any name to your machine. And one more important thing, total 7 steps are there, right? Altogether 7 steps are there, and step number 5 is an optional step for us. If you don't want to give a name, don't give it. Okay, I can remove the name, and I can give the name at later point also. Once my machine has started, I can still give the name, right? Now I will give the name later on. Now I will click on next over here, and I will go to step number 6, which is where you have to give security. Okay, this is a very important step. So what happens with security, guys, as we have told earlier also, so every machine which you create on AWS, it will have one security guard for your machine, guys. We call it as security group. So there will be one security guard who will protect your machine. So like for our house, you keep the security guard, right? In the same way, we have the security guard for your machine also over here, right? So what this security guard will do, over here, suppose from my laptop, okay, in this session, what I will do, from my laptop, I will try to connect to this Linux machine, guys. Suppose this is my laptop over here, okay, and from my laptop, what I will do, I will try to connect to my Linux machine, which is on AWS. In this way, you will try to connect. And when you try to connect to your Linux machine, the security guard who is there, what he will do? He will stop me over here only. He will not allow me to go inside. This is the job of your security guard. For your house also, if you have security guard, he will not allow anybody to come inside, right? So over here, this security guard is also doing the same thing. He will not allow anybody to come inside your house. Then what you have to do, you have to tell your security guard that the person who is coming inside is your friend. So this logic is very important to understand. Okay, this logic only, your whole AWS security will work on this logic. Okay, so if you tell your security guard that this connection is a friendly connection, the laptop from which I'm entering inside this machine, this is your friendly laptop. Okay, so then that security guard will allow you inside. So technically, how you will tell this security guard? So you have to tell him, please allow SSH over here, guys. For Windows, what we will do? RDP. For Windows, you have to enable RDP, and for Linux, you have to enable SSH. Full form of SSH is secure shell, guys. Secure shell is full form of SSH. Okay, and it works on port number 22. Okay, it works on port number 22. Right? For example, in your house, you are having 100 doors, guys. In your house, you are having 100 doors, okay, and SSH enters from door number 22. So that is the door number from which your friend will enter inside. It's a permanent door for him. It's a default port number also, you can say SSH 22. Interview question also. Okay, right? So I have to tell my security guard to please allow SSH so that I can log into this machine over here, guys. Okay, so this is very important over here for us. We have to tell our security guard to please allow SSH. Okay, so if you go back to AWS, I'm doing the same thing over here. Here I have my security group, nothing but security guard, and to this security guard I'm telling please allow SSH, and it comes inside from door number 22. So I'm doing the same thing over here. I'm telling my security guard to please allow SSH, right? Then only your security will work over here in this way, right? Very good. Now let me click on next, and I will go to step number 7, my last step, and this is where you have to do your review over here. Review is nothing but rechecking, guys. Okay, we will recheck all the configuration. Now let us recheck everyone. Okay, So what is the operating system I have selected? Linux. How much RAM I have selected? 1 GB. What is my friendly connection? SSH. And how much is your hard disk size? 10 GB. This is the same configuration which you have given, right? Using the same configuration, I will create my Linux machine now. Okay, so to create your machine, we have to click on launch over here, guys. And once you click on launch, okay, just select your key pair and click on launch. Your machine is getting created now. Your Linux machine is getting created now. Okay, so if you click on view instances, you will see that this is the machine which you have creating, guys. Right now it is in pending state. Within 2 minutes the machine will be ready. For Linux it will take 2 minutes only. For Windows it will take 4 minutes. 4 minutes for Windows, 2 minutes for Linux over here, right? And you can see that my machine is getting created over here. Okay, and one thing, if you observe over here, do you have given any name to this machine? No, right? That's why name is blank. At step number 5, I did not give any name because it's an optional step, right? Now let me give a name. Okay, so I'll click on this edit mark and let me give a name over here. I'll give a name as Mohan. You can give, or edit, give the name as Rajesh. Okay, I can give. Okay, just save. Again, if you want to change the name, click on this edit button and I will call this as Linux machine. You can give any name, guys. You can give any name to your machine, no problem at all. Anytime you can change the name. That is the benefit of AWS cloud. Anything you want to change on this machine, easily you can do that. Okay, in your laptop, if you want to change something, it is a bit difficult. You have to restart your laptop, you have to do some changes. Over here it is very easy to do some changes, right? Now my Linux machine is running over here, guys, right? It is ready to log in. Now let me log into my Linux machine. Let us log into our Linux machine over here. Okay, so I will select my Linux machine and there is a connect option on top of your screen, see? Okay, so I will click on this connect option. Okay, so one time I clicked on connect, scroll down, again click on connect. Two times we have to click on connect, guys. Okay, click on connect two times and you will connect to your Linux machine. That's it, very simple. Connecting to your Linux machine, very simple compared to Windows machine. In Windows machines, you have to enter username, password, you have to decrypt your password, right? Linux machine, see, two times you click on connect, you will connect to your Linux machine. That's it. It is very easy to connect to Linux machines compared to Windows machines. That's why I tell working in Linux is very easy compared to Windows. Okay. Now, those who doesn't know anything about Linux, guys, okay, this is the first time you are seeing your Linux machine. Okay, actually there is no difference between Windows or Linux. It will have graphical interface, it will not have graphical interface. Okay, your Windows also will have RAM and hard disk, Linux will also have RAM and hard disk. Okay, so let me check how much hard disk you got on this machine. Okay, so command to check your hard disk in Linux is df space -h, guys. This is the command to check the hard disk size of your Linux machine. Okay, in Windows, how will you check? Simply you will go to my computer. Okay, and if you click on over here, you will see your disk information, right? C drive, D drive, E drive. Okay, in Linux, how we will check? You will check with df-h. And if I give enter over here now, you will see your disk sizes. Okay, if you guys remember, I started this machine with how much size, guys? 10 GB, right? It is showing you the same 10 GB. So in 10 GB, I'm using 1.6 GB, 8.5 GB is still left for me, and I'm using 16% only. So this is my disk size, right? Now let me show you RAM size. How much RAM I have selected? 1 GB, right? 1 GB. Let me show you guys this thing. Okay. So free space -m is the command to check the RAM size in your Linux machine. Free space -m. Okay, in Windows, how you will check? you will go to this PC and you will go to right click over here, and if you go to properties, it will show you the RAM size over here. See, this is your RAM size, right? 8 GB RAM. In Windows you will check like this. Okay, in Linux how you will check? Free space hyphen m guys is the command. Okay, so if I give enter over here, this is my RAM size. So 965, okay, which is nearly to 1000. Okay, so 1000 MB is equal to nearly to 1 GB, right? So 1024 MB is equal to 1 GB. So it is having 1 GB of RAM. Exact 1000 GB it will not show because something is consuming, right? So that is why 965 nearly to 1000 means it is having 1 GB of RAM. 1 GB of RAM, and how much hard disk size? 10 GB hard disk size. Okay, very simple way to check, right? Very easy commands, df-h and free space -m. Okay, now so let us go a bit further guys, and let me show you guys one more thing. Okay, so you have successfully created your Linux machine. We have logged into a Linux machine. We have checked RAM and hard disk also on our Linux machine. So now what I will do guys, I will write one message in my Linux machine. Okay, I will write one message in my Linux machine. Okay, and after writing this message, what I will do, after writing this message, okay, I will show this message in your mobile phones, guys. So I'm writing this message on my Linux machine, right? This Linux machine is in AWS. It is in US. It is in some other location actually. And your mobile phones are in your pockets only, right? They are in your control only. Mobile phones are in your pockets only, right? I will show this message in your mobile phones. Okay, so to do that we have to perform some steps. Okay, normally in Windows machine, after creating Windows machine, what we will do guys, we will install some softwares on our Windows machine, right? Windows machine we will install some softwares like PDF reader, MS Office, Photoshop, or any players, editing softwares. You will install some softwares. Why you are using your Windows laptop? You install some softwares and you will use it, right? So why I will use Linux machine? Same purpose. On Linux also I will install some softwares and I will use my Linux machine. Okay, in Windows how will you install PDF reader? You will just double click and it will get installed, right? In Linux you have commands. That's it. But Linux performance will be much better than Windows, guys. Yes, very, very fast. Compared to Windows machines, if you install something on Linux, it will be very, very fast in terms of performance. It will not be slow. Sometimes your Windows machine can hang. Linux machine will not hang. It will run with limited resources, but it will run very fast and it will be very, very secure also. That is the reason why in real time we choose Linux. That's why we are going for Linux machines. Right, very good. So now for writing a message in my Linux machine, guys, I have to install some softwares on my Linux machine. Okay, so as you install softwares on your Windows machine, in the same way I will install some softwares on Linux also. It is not new thing for us. Okay, we already know we have to install softwares. So for installing softwares or for doing any actions in Linux machines, we have some commands, guys. We have to follow these commands. Okay, and today we will learn 8 new Linux commands. 8 only, not even 10, not even 9. I don't want to make you guys, okay, feel that we are learning too much. Okay, only 8 commands, but very, very important 8 commands. Okay, so in today's class, after you have to practice these 8 commands, guys, in your practice session. Okay, so let me write each command over here. So one by one I will write each command and I will explain you guys all those commands. Okay, so command number 1 I will write first over here. Okay, command number 1. So every time I usually, when I do something, I write on the screen. It will be easier for you to understand. Okay, so the first command which we enter on Linux machine is sudo space su space hyphen. Okay, sir, what is this command? Okay, this is the first time I am seeing this command. I don't know what is this command. Okay, so using this command, guys, okay, using this command, we will switch to root user. Su is there, right? Su full form, Su stands for switch user. Okay, Su stands for switch user. I will switch to root user. Sir, why we have to switch to root user? Okay, why should I switch to root user? Because in Linux machine, guys, root user is like an administrator. He will have complete control on your Linux machine. In Windows machine you have administrator, right? Like that in Linux also I have administrator. Administrator is a powerful user. He will have all the control on your Linux machine. So that is why we have to switch to root user. Okay, so if I go back to my Linux machine, what is my command? Sudo space su space hyphen. Okay, so when I give this command, you will see the difference. Okay, I will give enter over here and see the difference over here. Previously I was on ec2 user, right now I am on root user. So root user is like an administrator in Linux machine, guys. He's a very powerful user. He's a topmost user in Linux machine, right? So every time, not only in this class, guys, whenever you log into Linux machine, your first command should be sudo command. Don't think about it. Whenever you log into Linux machine, I want all of you to enter sudo command first. Okay, just give it blindly, right? Now going to my second command. Okay, going to my command number 2. Okay, as I told you guys that we have to install softwares on our Linux machine, right? Now let me give you the command to install softwares on your Linux machine, and the command is yum space install space. Okay, if you want to install Java, I will write Java over here. If you want to install Python, I will write Python over here. If you want to install MySQL, I will write MySQL over here. So whatever you want to install, you can install in Linux machine. What is the command? Yum install is the command. If you people observe, I'm not changing yum install over here. I'm just changing my software name. I'm not changing yum install over here. Yum install is always constant. It will not change. Only whichever software you want to install, we will give that software name. Okay. So today's class, I will install HTTPD, guys. Okay, so why I'm installing HTTP? Because I told you that I want to see the message, right? So HTTP will show that message to me. Okay, so I will install HTTP package and I will give -y over here, which means yes, please install the package. Okay, so you have to write -y. So this is the command to install HTTP in your Linux machine. Okay, you can not only install HTTP, you can install Java, you can install Python, you can install MySQL, you can install any software using your yum install. Okay, right now going back to my Linux machine. So what is the command? Yum space, okay, install space httpd, and I will give -y. Okay, which means yes, please install. Okay, now I will give enter over here and you will see that it is getting installed on my Linux machine. Okay, your package, your software got installed on your Linux machine, right? Very good. Now, so going to my next command now, guys, I'll go back over here, and in my next command, okay, before doing the next command, let me tell you one very important thing. In Windows machine, when you install some software like PDF reader, you have installed PDF reader, you can go and you can use PDF reader. Suppose you have installed MS Office, you can go and you can use MS Office, right? After installing, you can use it in Windows, right? But in Linux, it is not like that. When you install the software, Linux is very secure, right? You cannot use that software. After installing it, you cannot use it. So Linux will keep that software in an inactive mode, in a deactivated mode. You have installed it, no doubt, but you cannot use it. For safety reasons, for security reasons, it will be in inactive mode. So how to see that it is in active mode or inactive mode? This is the third command from which you can check that. Okay, so from command number 3, I will check my software is in active mode or it is in deactivated mode. Okay, and the command is systemctl, which means system control. Okay, and I want to check the status of my software. And which software? HTTP software. I want to check the status of my HTTP software over here. Okay, now let me give the same command on my Linux and I want to check the status of HTTP. Okay, so I'll go back to my Linux machine and I will enter systemctl status httpd, and if you give enter over here, it will show you that right now my package is inactive and it is in dead state. Okay, no doubt you have installed it, but Linux keeps that in inactive mode so that we cannot use it. In Windows you can use it right away, in Linux we cannot use it. Okay, then how to use it? Now we will go to our next command, and in command number 4 I will tell you guys how to enable this thing. Okay, it's a very simple command actually. So command number 4, we will give systemctl, okay, start httpd. I will start my httpd software. We have to start our package, we have to start our httpd software, and after that in command number 4, okay, in command number 5 I will tell systemctl enable httpd. So we have to start httpd and then we have to enable httpd. These two things are very important for us. You have to start httpd and then you have to enable httpd. Now let me go back to my Linux machine and I will give systemctl start httpd. Okay, enter, and then I will give systemctl enable httpd. I will start my httpd package and then I will enable my httpd package. Okay, now after starting and enabling your package, okay, now check the status of your httpd again. Okay, and if you guys are observing one more thing, I will tell you one shortcut over here. It will be very easy to work in Linux actually. If you want to go to previous command, if you want to go to previous command, in your keyboard you have 4 arrows: left arrow, right arrow, up arrow and down arrow, right? So press on up arrow, you will go to previous command. One more time if you press on up arrow, one more previous command. One more time you press up arrow, one more previous command. So why to enter again? I already gave status command, right? I will check the status. So if you press up arrow, you will go to previous command. Okay, so easier way of working, guys. Like this I will tell lot of shortcuts in Linux. Okay, it will be very easy for you to work actually in Linux, right? So I will check the status now again. Okay, so if I give enter over here, you see right now your HTTP package is active and it is running. So previously it was inactive, now it is active. So now your installation got complete. With this active and running state, your installation got complete. Now you have installed your package. Now you have installed your software, right? Now going to my next command now, guys, which is command number 6. As I told you guys that I will write one message in my Linux machine, right? So if you want to write that message, this is the next command which we have to perform. Okay, and command number 6 is to write our message. Okay, and to write your message you have to give your vim command, and you have to write your message inside var folder. Inside var folder we are having www folder, and inside www folder we are having html folder. Inside html folder we are having index.html file. Okay, so this is folder inside a folder actually. Okay, so inside where we are having www, inside www we are having html folder, inside html folder we are having index file. In this index file only you have to write your message. Okay, in that index file only I will write my message. Okay, so this is my command number 6. So let me give this command on my Linux machine. Okay, I will go back to my Linux machine and let me give this command vim space slash, yes, vim, okay, space slash var, and inside var we have www folder. Inside www folder I have my html folder. Inside html folder I have index.html file. Okay, so after giving this command you press enter over here. Okay, and press I, and you can write your message. Let me write a message as hello to all from Rajesh, Mohan, John. Okay, and I will write the message as how are you all doing. You can write any message, guys. You can write any message inside your Linux machine. Okay, so I'm writing a message as hello to all, okay, from Rajesh, Mohan, John, and how are you all doing. Okay, now let me save this message. To save this message you have to press escape shift colon wq. Okay, I will write it over there in commands also. So when you write wq full form is write and quit. WQ stands for write and quit, right? Now if I give enter over here, I will come back to my Linux machine. Okay, so what I did over here is after going inside index file, I write my message, and then to save your file you have to press escape button, guys, and then press shift. Beside L button there will be colon button beside L. Okay, you have this colon button. Okay, and then type wq, which means write and quit. Okay, so this escape shift colon is not a command. Okay, that's why I'm not giving a command number to it. It's just a procedure to save your file. Okay, it's shift colon wq, which means write and quit. Right, now let me give command number 7, guys. Let us go to command number 7 over here, and command number 7 is you have given the message inside your Linux machine. Very good, but Linux machine will not allow you to read that message. Again, it's very secure. Any file you create on Linux machine you cannot read it. It's not like Windows. It is not less secure. It is very very secure over here. Okay, so you cannot read any file out of your Linux machine. Okay, so to give permissions we have to give permissions now. Okay, so to give permissions we have chmod command, which means change mode. We have to give permissions, and will be giving 777 permissions over here, which means read, write, and execute. So this is the highest permission in Linux, guys. You will not have 778. 777 is the highest. That is the highest. That's it. You will not have 778 or 779. Okay, no 800 also. 777 highest. Right? And where I have to give these permissions? Inside my var folder, I have my www folder. Inside www folder, I have my HTML folder. Inside that, I have my index.html file, right? So I will give these permissions to my index file in this way. I will give these permissions to my message so that I can read my message. So if you want to read your message, give permissions with chmod command, my 7th command. Okay, so I will go back to my Linux machine and let me enter chmod. I will change the mode with 777 permissions, means read, write, and execute. Okay, and where I have to give these permissions? To my var. In this I have my www folder. In this I have my html folder, and I have to give these permissions to my index file. And now you give enter. So permissions given. Right, Now let us go to our last command, guys, to my command number 8. Okay, so this is our last command for today's class. Okay, so let me give command number 8 over here. And command number 8, after doing all these commands, after doing all these changes, okay, we have to refresh our HTTP, guys. We have to restart our HTTP. Okay, so to restart your HTTP, the command is again systemctl restart HTTPD. Simple command. Because I changed the permissions, I've given the message, I installed the package, I did so many changes in this machine, right? So we have to restart HTTPD. We have to refresh HTTPD over here. Okay. So now let me give my last command over here inside my Linux machine. Okay. So I will give my HTTP restart command over here, guys. Okay. And all these 8 commands are very, very important for us. Anyhow, you will know why these are so important. Okay. So I'll go back to my Linux machine, and the last command is systemctl restart HTTPD. I will restart my HTTPD package. I will refresh my HTTP package over here. Okay. So I'll give enter, and all the commands got completed. All the commands got completed. Now, as I told you that you will see the message in your mobile phones, right? So for seeing this thing, what you have to do is, I will give the IP address. This is the IP address of my Linux machine. And if you enter the IP address in your browser, in your mobile phone, you have Chrome browsers or any other browsers, right? If you give this IP address, you will get the message. But before that, let me tell you one more important thing. When you enter the IP address over here, right, and when you give enter over here, right now I am not seeing the message. Okay, so can anyone tell what is the reason? Security. Okay, if you go back to my diagram, guys, in your security group, what you are allowing? SSH, right? Are you allowing HTTP? As I told you, your security group, unless and until you tell him that I want HTTP to work, it will not allow you to work HTTP. I have only enabled SSH only over here. So that is the reason you will not see any message over here. Security guard will block you over there. Security guard will block you. It is very secure machines, guys. It will very secure machines. It will stop you over there only. Okay. So go back and add HTTP. So to your security group, what you have to do is you have to tell your security group to please allow HTTP also now. Allow HTTPD also. Okay, so I will tell my security group to please allow HTTP over here. Okay, in this way I will tell like this. Okay, so go back to your AWS, guys. Okay, and I will go back to my Linux machine. So in your Linux machine, okay, when you see your Linux machine, okay, so this is my Linux machine, I guess. Okay, so in your Linux machine, guys, you will have an option over here called as security. Okay, so click on this security over here. Okay, so we have to click on this security over here. Okay, sorry, this is my machine. Okay, so I will click on the security over here, and you have your security guard over here, guys, right? So click on your security guard and go to actions and say edit inbound rules. We have to edit our rules. Okay, so click on edit, and you can see right now what is allowed. Only SSH is allowed. HTTP is allowed? No, right? So it will not work. So I will add HTTP now. How to add? Click on add rule and select HTTP from over here. Okay. So you will find HTTP over here, right? Select HTTP and allow HTTP from anywhere, and then click on save. Nothing will happen to your machine. Okay. Don't worry. You can change your security rules anytime. Okay. So now go back to your IP address, and if you refresh the IP address, now, okay, now after refreshing the IP address, Hmm. So now I will refresh the IP address again. Okay, so somebody has deleted our Linux machine. Very good. Okay, no worries. Okay, so just a second. Okay, I'll get it back, guys, again. Okay, just a second. So let me create it very fast. Okay, so normally students they do practice, okay, and they delete it. So we have to write, don't delete. Okay, and we have to perform these steps quickly again. Okay, so let me add it quickly. Okay, so don't follow these steps anyhow. We are okay, we have written all those things, right? So I'll perform the steps. Okay, enable చేయడానికి after fourth. System enabled HTTP. The same way ఒకటే దాంట్లో మళ్ళీ ఇస్తాను చూడండి. సిస్టమ్ సిటిఎల్, ఓకే, స్టార్ట్ హెచ్టిటిపిడి, సిస్టమ్ సిటిఎల్ స్టార్ట్ హెచ్టిటిపిడి, దాని తర్వాత సిస్టమ్ సిటిఎల్ ఎనేబుల్ హెచ్టిటిపిడి ఇచ్చాను దాని తర్వాత. ఓకే, లేదు లేదు లేదు, ఓకే, తర్వాత ఇవ్వాలి దానికి. Okay, done. All the commands I did it quickly. Now let me copy the IP address. Okay, and let me give this IP address over here, and you will see that we are getting the message over here, guys. Enter this IP address in your mobile phones also, guys. If you want to test it that you are able to see the message or not, you can enter it on your mobile from Chrome browsers, or from your laptop also you can enter it over here. Okay, so the IP address is 18.205.247.150, and you should see the same message. You are entering this message from anywhere around the world. You are entering this from US, UK, Australia, London, from any part of the world, guys. You will see this message. Okay, we will be seeing this message over here from around the world. Okay, right? I hope you people are seeing this message. Right? So whatever message which you have given inside your Linux machine, I'm able to see this message, okay, on my browser interface. Right? So into your normal Linux machine, actually, after installing HTTP on this Linux machine, what is happening over here, your normal Linux machine is actually converting to a web server, guys. and with the help of this web server you are able to see this message. Okay, I hope you are able to get the message, right? You are receiving the message. Okay, now let me tell you one more important thing. The way you are seeing this message, right? The way you people are seeing this message, or if you go to flipkart.com, okay, or if you go to, okay, hdfcbank.com. Okay, so the way your Flipkart is working and the way your HDFC is working, okay, the both the things which are working over here, like Flipkart is working, HDFC is working, right? Okay, so the way these sites are working over here, guys, there is no difference between how I am showing you the message and how Flipkart is showing you this page. No difference. There is no difference between how I am showing you the message over here and there is no difference how Flipkart is showing you the message, because Flipkart is also running on Linux machine only, guys, like this. Flipkart is also running on Linux machine only. They are adding all those images inside index file. I'm adding a message inside index file. I'm seeing the message. Flipkart guys are adding these images inside that index file. So Flipkart running on Linux machine, they are adding inside index file. I am also running on Linux machine. I am also adding inside index file. Flipkart is running also on HTTP. I am also running on HTTP only. HDFC is also running on HTTP. Even YouTube is also running on this Linux machine only, and they are adding these videos on your index file. So the only difference over here is I am showing my IP address. They are not showing their IP address. It is hidden over there. So if you want, you can also add images over here. So your developers will add all these images over here. He will write HTML code. He will write JSP code. Not our job, not our work. Your job is to create that Linux machine and make sure that you are getting the message over here. If you are getting the message over here, which means you should get images also, you should get videos also, then you can see anything, right? So in the same way how Flipkart is working in real time, you have actually created the same real time server over here, guys. That's why I said that those 8 commands are very important for you in your project. In your real time task, when your manager tells you to create a web server, these are the steps which you have to follow. And every website you see, guys, they are working on web servers only, and they are working on Linux web servers only. Okay, so this is what you have to do. In my next session, what I will do, when Flipkart is hiding their IP address, right? Why I should show my IP address? I will also hide my IP address. I will also hide my IP address. When Flipkart and HDFC they are hiding the IP address, they are not showing the IP address, right? I will also hide my IP address, because IP address is difficult to give to customers. They will not remember the IP address. That's why they give easy names like Flipkart, HDFC. I will also hide my IP address. It is more secure also. Okay. So in the next class, I will show you guys how to hide the IP address in the same way how we do it in real time. In real time also we hide our IP address. Accenture.com, Dell.com, TCS.com, okay, Wipro.com. If you see, they are not giving their IP address to us, right? They are hiding it. I will also hide my IP address. So this is a job of a DevOps engineer, guys. Your job is not to write programs, or your job is not to write the script. This is your daily job. This is the nature of work as a DevOps engineer. This is your job as a cloud engineer. Okay, so these are the same things which you have to perform in your real-time projects. Okay, no difference over here, right? So we will be meeting tomorrow again, and I'll be showing you guys how to hide the IP address, and I will get the message from something as mohan.com or rajesh.com or ramesh.com instead of getting it from IP address. Okay, I will get it from my own name.
Hello.
Okay, so we will implement that tomorrow. Okay,
Hello.
so for today's part, try to create your web servers. Okay, create Linux machine, same 7 steps,
Hello, sir.
and perform these 8 commands. And if you get a message from this Linux machine, means you have successfully created a web server. Okay, so try to accomplish this task. Okay, and if you are having any questions or doubts, okay, if you want to discuss, okay, you just ping me on the number, okay, and I'll be resolving the questions doubts. Okay.
Mr. Syed, can you please share the number again?
Okay, yes, sure, sure, sure. Okay, yes.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes,
Add
yes.
in
It's
your
in the
chat,
chat.
Syed.
See, Vijay, it's in the chat. Yes.
Okay, okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes. Karthik, someone was asking any question?
Okay. Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, yes, please.
How to create a AWS account, sir?
Okay, creating AWS account is very easy, guys. Actually, I will share my screen again and I will tell you. Okay, that creating AWS account is very easy, guys. Just okay, go to Google. Okay, first of all, let me sign out from my account.
Okay.
Okay, so creating AWS account is very easy and it's a free account, guys. No need to pay anything over here. For 1 year, your account will be free.
Okay.
Okay, so just go to Google from over here. Okay, and after going to Google, just say AWS console login. Okay, or if you type AWS console, also it is fine. When you give enter, go to your first page. Okay, and then click on sign into the console. Okay, and then go for create a new AWS account over here, guys. Okay, so the option is given to you over here that create a new AWS account. Click over here and give your mail ID. Verify your mail ID. You will get one code to your mail ID. Verify your mail ID. Don't give PAN card number. Address also you can give random address. No need to give exact address. Okay, just mail ID, you give your genuine mail ID, you will get OTP. Give your phone number also, no problem. You will get one OTP to your phone number. Verify those details. It's easy, very, as you create Gmail, Yahoo, it's easy to create AWS account. For 1 year it will be free to use. We can create Linux machines, we can create Windows machines, we can create a lot of things going forward. Okay, so you will be creating your AWS accounts and you will be practicing in these accounts only. Okay, fine, guys.
Okay.
Okay, yes, guys. So then we'll be connecting tomorrow again at 11 o'clock, and from Monday we will be connecting at 9 a.m., guys. 9 a.m. will be our regular time. Okay, from Monday. Fine. So I'll be saving the share and I'll be saving the recording as well. Okay. So then we'll be connecting tomorrow. So then do take care, everyone, guys. Thank you for your time. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.